Good morning. Good morning. Hi, I'm Michelle Mason from Crafty Ma'am. Holy cats. Hopefully that's good. If you're watching this part of the video, you are probably watching the replay. Hashtag replay. Let me know you were here. If you could say hi. Let me know you're here. My hair. We brought a clip down here just in case I wanted to clip my hair up. I'm gonna move that over there. Oh no, I just totally knocked all those over. So I have a couple different projects I was going to work on today. As usual, most people on Crafter's Choice kind of pull a couple things out and maybe work on old stuff. Hi Deb, hi Vicky, hi Heidi, hi Holly, hi Jennifer, hi Sandy. I might just keep the comments up there. Well, you know what? I'll share myself out down here. So I started working on yesterday because I got from Michael's these trims. Started working on a cute little can, and I was looking at the can thinking, the fabric that I put in here has, you know, fall stuff, fall leaves, acorn, mushrooms, and there was a squirrel. I must have cut him off. I think he's actually right here. So I actually made, look at this cute little squirrel to put in here. Nice. Okay. Look at how cute. So we're going to kind of work on odds and ends. So I'm going to end up putting him in there. And then I made an acorn to go in there. Oh gosh. Good morning, Eliza. Good morning, Quincy. Good morning, Snowflakes and Peppermints with, oh, that's Kirkley. Why can't I think of your first name? Good morning, Jenna. Good morning, Deanna. Good morning, Maricela. But, oh, he flew out. So he's going to go in there. And I got him a nut. And then I was thinking I actually might bling out some mushrooms, but I got these on Amazon. They're little wood mushrooms, and I just drill holes in the bottom. And good morning, Donna. Good morning, Jamie. I always just paint them a little bit. You can paint them whatever color you want, just so when you put like your glitter or your rhinestones on, you don't just see the wood. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, Carrie. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna stick him on there. But I actually, this morning I sent Jenna a message and I was like, dang it, Carly's working on one of her cutters and I'm silly like that. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do the same thing as the person in front of me. It truly doesn't matter, does it? So the other day, hi Pamela, how you doing, lady? Hi Margaret, hi Lori. But a little part of me is like, oh, they're gonna be so bored if two people in a row are working on cookie cutters. But then I was like, you know what, I'll still do it. But I have, because it's not gonna take me very long to do it, I have like this project to work on. So we're just gonna glue him on here. Hopefully he stays while I work on my cookie cutter, and then we'll come back to this. And then, hi Carly. It's not exactly the same, but we were sitting here the other day and I was making cookie cutters, and I totally thought that this looks like a woman with a bun on her head, right? Like, it's a woman with a bun. So then we were like, well, you could do it this way, right? And then I have Santa sitting here. So I have totally different stuff. Right. But my cutter isn't even the same cutter, but it's still one of those, like, dang it. Like, you know how, I know everybody that creates, that goes live knows what I mean. Like, you don't want to, like, do the same exact thing as the person in front of you, because then you're like, oh. Somebody tell me they know what I'm talking about. Like, you're just like, oh. Hold on. Good morning, Brenda. Come on. Well, oh, there it goes. Okay. My computer. I want to share out. I don't remember to share out a lot. It won't let me add followers. Well, poo-poo. Oh, well. Oh, it's because I'm on my regular page. Jill's here, guys. Jill is here. Say hi, Jill. Hi, Stacey. Hi, Potts. Hi, Kim. Right, exactly. Like, you're like, oh, crap. Like, I can't do that now. But you can. You can. But still. So, well, and then the even funnier part is when she pulled up the green clay, I was like, no. Like, dang it. I'll show you in a second. You don't know what you're doing in 52 minutes? Well, Sundays for me, typically, a lot of times I don't even start a new project if I'm on the AIC. I usually just finish something up. So like a lot of times it'll be what I was doing the day before or whatever. So then I pulled out my witch's brew last night. Do I have an open? You know what? I have the Wicked. Maybe I'll just use that because it's open. This is actually from Mariposa's Creations. It's like basically the same color. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Monica. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Mrs. P. Big Pimpin'. Sorry if I missed you coming in. The comments are literally flying. So we're going to work with this cutter. And I'll show you the one I already made after we do this one. So we're going to start with this green. Hi, Mish. Does that say Mish Beaver? I am blind today. Hi, Sandra. Look at all these people coming in here. Hello. Good morning. How are you? How is everybody doing? Anybody doing anything fun today? I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to go look at the weather. I was supposed to do some yard work type stuff yesterday. Hi, Donna. I think I already said hi to you, but hi again anyway. So I think you're saying hi to the other Michelle. I was going to do yard work yesterday. There was no yard work to be done yesterday. It literally stormed most of the day. So we're using the Twist Finial ornament cutter. This is one of my new ones that I showed last week. I did not have a live sale because a couple people were like, I missed your live sale. Did it get deleted? I'm like, no, I didn't actually have one. But I did put up a post with the new cutters, so you can look at that and then send me a private message. I also shared my pinned post. I didn't grab eyes. Let me go grab eyes. Hold on. I did share my pinned post because somebody yesterday said they're having a hard time finding my pinned post. And so this is a 6-inch. So typically the pinned post, these are too small, is at the top of the page. And it should be like that on any device. Now, how it shows up at the top of the page is different depending on whether it's a computer or, you know, whatever it is, right? So, it's at the top of the page all the time. And somehow they found, sometimes, somebody found like cookie cutters from like years ago. And I was like, I don't have those anymore. Most people know that I used to sell other cutters and then I started making my own. So I don't really sell any of the old ones anymore. I probably don't even have the files, to be honest. I put the cap on my glue and I cleaned out my glue holder since yesterday. Is anybody proud? Probably not. Since my glue kept sticking up and falling out yesterday. Uh-oh. Okay, it's just that. Good morning post. So, sometimes the glue does pop out the sides. I usually just wipe it off. It's fine. It's fine. Now, if you use super glue, it's not fine because you just ruined your project. Was it you? It is a cute cutter, but I don't have any of those files anymore. And funny enough, I don't know how far you could have scrolled back to find that. It was funny because if you looked at the date, it was like June of 2025. I'm like, holy cow, how far did you scroll back? How did you scroll back? So I made sure that I actually, yours is the same. Yeah, because I'm really bad and I put my glue in the glue holder without the cap. Or if the cap falls off, I just let it happen. So I'm going to make this a little fuzzy, and I am going to, what's that? I'm going to make, hopefully, actually I'm going to pick it up and do it. It was a cute cutter. I think it was a cow, if I remember correctly. And it's not your fault, but I just was like, where the heck, how far back did you have to scroll to get that? It's kind of funny. So, yeah, we started doing our own designs on cutters, so we stopped selling pretty much all the old stuff. I think there's a couple cutters we still sell that are not impressions, just because we haven't gotten around to making our own yet. For the most part, though, we have, what? So we do have an ice cream truck. That one is ours. We do have one that's ours. We had an old one. We do have an old ice cream truck, but we have a new one too. So if you go look at my album, there is one. You was all in my business. I mean, apparently. I was like, how the heck? I showed Nick last and I'm like, how far back did she have to scroll for that? So we are redesigning the cutter just like Carly was doing, which is why I was like, oh God. Oh, somebody's new. Well, hello, hello. And everyone who is here, you don't have to, but I do have a YouTube page. I started it a while back, a couple months back, and almost every single one of my videos are on there. I try to download them and put them on there pretty much right away, but I do fall behind every now and then I go back and do it. So I'm not going to guarantee every single video is on there, but I would say probably 95%. Good morning, Patricia. So it is also, you know how where you go to the top of the page and it says about and all that? There's like link trees and stuff. My YouTube, no problem. Yeah, go look. There's a truck. I think I threw out the one I cut out, but there's a food truck, but you can make it an ice cream truck. In my opinion, it's actually better than the one we had before. What was I doing? I need to shut up and just do my project because I can't do two things at once today. My husband actually let me sleep in this morning. I wasn't really sleeping. I was kind of just laying there, but oh, I wanted to make a smile. Oh, see if I can smooth it out and then make it a smile instead. You guys are probably like, oh my God. No, I can do it. You can do it. You mess up. If the clay is still wet, you can smooth it out and make a smile. Yeah, if you go, it helps. Oops. It helps. I think I can go live from YouTube now. Not that I'm gonna go live from YouTube, but and I just reposted it last night. It helps because if for whatever reason Facebook does crazy Facebook things, I'll have a place to go. Like if I get kicked out or whatever happens, you know. What is going on? my favorite thing is when you open Facebook and says somebody's live 17 hours ago. I'm sure they're not still alive. Hi, Jess. Good morning. Good morning, Lisa. Get out of here. Okay, now this phone just woke up, and now it's telling me there's 50 messages. Seriously? Oh my god, that's funny. I'm trying to get a picture. Alright. By the way, I haven't tried this yet, so I don't even know if it's going to be cute. And maybe somebody else could make it cuter. But this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's good to have a backup. And on top of that, yeah, I don't really care. I barely brushed my hair before I came down here. I wanted to make sure that I had somewhere to put my videos, because I do have people every now and then go, I'm looking for this video, and it's much easier on YouTube to find it because, you know, there's not all the stuff to scroll through, pictures and whatever. And I will be the one to tell you, I do post a lot of pictures, so, you know, sometimes it's probably, if you're looking for something specific, I can understand how that would be semi-annoying to have to go through all that. So if you're looking for a video specifically, go to YouTube, see if it's there. I did try to, does everybody know where this is going? I did try to sort them or name them, whatever I made during that live, but again, this needs to stay down here. I need red and white, and what is happening to my voice? I hear it starting to crack. It's because it's like super rainy. Come on. So this is Primitive Pumpkin. Heirloom tomato. Probably should have ordered more than one. I didn't even think about the fact that Christmas was coming when I ordered my clay last time. And 90% of the time we do like pastel Christmas. But it would have been smart to order a little more red. Hi Tracy Lynn, how you doing? So I am going to try to roll this as thick as the head. A helpful tip is to go get yourself dough guides. If you watch Personally Yours by, if you watch Personally Yours by Wendy, she uses them every time because she's smart. And this way your stuff is always the same size. I'm not saying that I'm not smart, I'm just saying, I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest with you. So I'm going to cut the top, because that's going to be his hat, and then I'm going to cut the bottom, because that's going to be his body. I already have his head in green, so we don't need the head in red. Now, you can, if you're doing this project, and you want the back, you want it to be a cookie, right? You could take the whole cutter, cut it out, and then place all the pieces on top of it. And that way you have something to line up. And I just got red clay on my finger. So like, we're leaving it. It's funny. I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna try to push it together the best we can. Try to blend them. You could put a little glue. I'm actually going to cut his feet off too. Cut his feet off. Those are his feet. I mean, like sometimes, like if you just want to craft and you want to play around and you're like, pull out your cookie cutters, look at them differently, see what else you can make with them. Last year I made, what was that? Sam made it into a dancing monster, and it was something else, but she turned it into a dancing monster, and it was so cute. I've seen a couple people say they struggle with cookie cutters sticking, so I'm here to say you're not alone. It happens. It's just you have to oil the cutters, okay? And you have to oil them with something that works with the clay that you're using. So some people will use baby oil, and I have never had any luck with baby oil. And somebody else told me that their sticks really bad with baby oil too. And I think that like Primitive Pumpkin, what's the name of the glue? It's Titebond Quick and Thick. Titebond. If you can't find it, private message me. I can pull the link up and send it to you, the one on Amazon. It's Titebond. So, anyways, I don't remember what I said. But yeah, so sometimes it's trial and error. If you use a different clay other than Primitive Pumpkin or Mariposa's Creations, you might have to try a different type of like oil. I use cooking spray. I've used the yellow can, but most of the time I just use olive oil. And the reason I use the olive oil is because olive oil actually is in other like hand creams and stuff. Some people use it when they make like perfumes and stuff. You're welcome. So, you know, olive oil, I know a lot of people are like, don't put food on your clay. I think olive oil is safe. You have to put a lot, especially the first time you use your cutters. So cookie cutters are made in layer lines on the machine. So each one of these the machine goes around and around and around, okay? So there are gaps and holes in here that we cannot see, which is why they say that you shouldn't use these cookie cutters for food. You do you, boo, if you use it for food, and you know, that's your choice. But they say not to use unless you use a food grade filament. The filament I use is not the food grade one. So it prints in layer lines, and so when you put the oil on there, it has to kind of get in all the layer lines. Now, I'm not to say that it's not going to work the first time that you use it. I think it just depends on the clay. So if you have a really sticky clay, you might have to put more oil. But I also do believe that there are some clays that just, they're not made for cookie cutters. You can leave it sit out for a little bit and try that. If it works for you, great. I will say Bose works good for some things. I don't think it's great for cookie cutters. And I used to use Bose a lot. He's looking at Yes, so Jenna is the one that told me that it made her clay super sticky. It's almost like it reacts to it. So if you've tried and you've only tried one oil, don't give up. Try a different oil, you know, see what works with the clay that you're using, because I know there's a lot of different clays out there that you can be using. And it could just be the clay and the oil, or the lube, or whatever you want to call it. Because like I said, some people use Vaseline, some people use baby oil, some people use soap and water. So I put a little thing around his neck. I'm gonna put a line down his outfit so that it like looks like the middle. And my cookie, or my, okay, let's not. Who's next? Oh. So I'm gonna give him like a body separation here. My little tool that looks like a poker is missing, and this one I don't love, but the one that I had like it is missing, and I'm really sad. Really sad. All right. Oh no, put this back. Yeah, bows from Amazon. Yes, it's from Amazon. It's not my favorite, I will tell you. I have a couple bags here because I was in a pinch at one point and I needed black, and that's the only color I needed. This is Bose. It's okay. It's very sticky though. It's very wet. It works for some things and not all. Bose black is actually the only black I used to use because it was the one of the blacks that stays black. Some other people's clay, when the black dries, it would kind of get like a gray. I don't remember whose it was, but so I would always use Bose black, but Primitive Pumpkin stays pretty it stays black. Good morning, Wendy. All right, I'm gonna make his arms. And I just need tiny arms. I don't know why I pulled out so much clay. So we're gonna give him little arms. Look what we're making. We're using the finial. Every time I say it, I'm like, am I saying it correctly? I kept calling it a finale. This is the cutter we're using to make our mean one. Green guy, whatever the heck you want to call him. I'm going to go to Facebook jail. And I'll show you guys the one I made yesterday or the day before. We're on the same wavelength. The only pumpkin bucket place I find pumpkin buckets, by the way, Amazon sells them. They're $1 million. Michael's does have the big ones in purple and what is the other color I saw? Pink maybe, or teal maybe. I'm not sure. But I did end up ordering some from Amazon, but Walmart has pumpkin buckets. Yeah, I spelt it wrong on my Facebook page. Whatever. Everybody knows what I mean. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. It sucks. I heard you broke something. Hi, Heather. Hi, Angie. Hi, Lulu. I can show you guys my project from yesterday. I did finish it. I did post a picture. But I know sometimes people don't see everything. So here he is. He's done. Could put like blush or something on his cheeks. So this is with my 6-inch finial cookie cutter. When I printed it, I really thought it looked like a woman with a bun. And then Wendy, my personal by Wendy, was like, if you flip it upside down, it looks like a woman with feet. And I was like, you're correct. So, yes, it is. So we made a Mrs. Claus. So today I wanted to make something different because, well, I already made the Mrs. Claus. But look, it is a cookie cutter. Isn't that fun? So think outside the box. When you buy cookie cutters, sometimes they can turn into something else. Let me grab my Mrs. Claus from yesterday. She is sold, and I do have to send the person a message because this morning I realized she did not have glasses, and I had to add her some glasses. Why does she look like a librarian or just like a little grandma? But she is Mrs. Claus. So she is sitting here with all of her cookies. All of these cookie cutters are cookie cutters that I sell. Most of them are in 2-inch. So like the train, the little gingerbread house, the little gingerbread man, the little present, the holly leaves. There's a little 1-inch set of cookie cutters that I have. It's mostly Christmas, but there is like a heart and a different star and all that. So those ones that are like towards the middle, the heart and stuff, those are from that little 1-inch set. Here is one of my ornaments. The new snowflake cutters are there. There's one there, one here, and I can't see the other one from this angle. But cute. It's all finished. Hopefully she loves the fact that I added glasses. I probably should have added like pink or red ones, but she's cute. Look at her. She's cute. So when I was making her, I was going to originally put Santa and her on there together. But thank you guys. Thank you everybody. I know she is cute. I'm actually kind of sad she sold because she's very cute. And I don't really remake my stuff. Oh, and I made this little Gingy to look like cute, holding a train. So they wouldn't fit on there together with all the cookies I made. And this was for the AIC event yesterday. If you missed it, you can hashtag replay. And it was supposed to be something overdone. Like too much glitter, too much bling, too much of something. And I feel like this was too many cookies, right? So that's kind of where, and I actually had a hard time putting all the cookies on there. I did add some little like peppermints to the wheels, and then there's a little bit of bling on here. I didn't go crazy with the bling, only because you wouldn't be able to see it. So cute. She did sell. All right. Oh, and if you guys didn't see this, I don't know if I posted a picture. The Monster Mash that I started last week, I did finish that. This one didn't sell. But this one's really cute. And this is, I tried to finish it on Friday's Fabulous Fakers, and Evelyn was sick. So, and it's hard to believe that that was last week. Do I use medium or large eyes? I have every size eye. For the Mrs. Claus, is that what you're asking? I think these are 1-inch. Yeah, these are 1-inch eyes for, I use whatever. I usually, the people I get these from, they don't go by medium and large. I believe these are from Mimi's Creativity Arts on Etsy. So since we still have like 20 minutes, I'm going to put this stuff over to the side, and we're going to finish working on, we're going to jump back to fall. Yeah, the Monster Mash is so cute, isn't it? They're around a birthday cake, and I did that because it was Shelby's birthday that live. So I did make myself a squirrel, which when I made it, I said, Jill's going to say it looks like a beaver. Because I sat there and said, hi, Cynthia. Hi, Ginger. I sat there and said, do beaver or do squirrels have like buck teeth? And then I put the buck teeth on there and I was like, well, now it looks like a beaver. All right. And these are the 3/4 of an inch for the green one. These were 3/4 inch. And I believe these are 1/2 inch for her. And these are the ones from Amazon. If you look up Resin Eyes, they're from Amazon. Oh, and actually, here, hold on. Let me put this back. Her, I put on the white, I cut it out, and then I kind of kept cutting her pieces and putting it on top. So she does have a backer. So if you don't want to cut the everything, you could tell it's a squirrel. It doesn't look like a squirrel beaver. I was actually thinking I should add like a big bushy tail in the back so that, you know, but I don't know. We might. We'll see. So I am going to work on my glittering these. And then the squirrel is going to get an acorn in, like, by its paws. So hopefully he sits where I put him. Otherwise, I'm going to have to... Okay, there he goes. I'm going to work on his little acorn. It's still very cute, even if it looks like a beaver. So I'm going to pull my makeup out. The palettes that I get... Oh my gosh! It was in my paintbrushes! It's not lost! Oh my god. I don't know why, but this is my most used tool. I don't know why. Good morning, Christina. Hi, Heidi. Okay, so I'm pulling my makeup out because I'm going to shade my acorn. Literally don't know what's going on with my allergies, but my ears are clogging now. Yay! Take my allergy medicine every day. It's been very rainy here. Working out in the yard is going to be maybe something I don't want to do today, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. 68 out right now. So these palettes, I think, did I say they're from Five Below? I got them a couple years ago, so I don't know if they still sell them. Probably. Or something similar. Don't have to spend a ton on your palettes. Just buy something, whatever colors you would think you're going to use. I think that's from like Play-Doh or one of the kids' sets of clay, because I usually buy, I used to buy it all the time. It's like the little packs of clay in the little bags for the kids to play with, and it came with all kinds of tools. So I'm going to use hot glue on the back of here for an instant hold, but this is why we don't close our Tite Bond. Tite Bond for the long hold, okay? And no project is complete without a glue string if you are... Hi, Cece's Redesigns. Good morning, Teresa. So we just put the acorn on there. And then I need to grab... Yeah, I don't have a cold. I have allergies really bad. I drilled some holes in these so I can put them on skewers. One of the holes, it was this one, that didn't go as far as I wanted it, but kind of is what it is. Where is my... Seriously. I'm going to cut the skewer into 3. Hi, Stephanie. I'm gonna glue it on. I kind of just give it like a pilot hole so it has something to hold on to. I know somebody was gonna say that looks like a beaver. I knew it. I said it yesterday when I was making it. Somebody's gonna say it looks like a beaver, and maybe it does a little. So they're on the skewers. And you give it the pilot hole so, you know, you can put the glue. This one's gonna give me a hard time, but I did put a little extra glue on this one. Okay, let that dry for a minute. I'm gonna grab orange glitter. Ooh, this glitter's pretty. This is Ambiance. And then this is Gourd, I think. Nope, this is Hot Orange. This is nothing under there. That's gold. Where's my gorgeous? Well, somehow I've misplaced a glitter. I'm not going to use Hot Orange. Did you fall and run away? Didn't give it away or anything. Well, I don't know what happened to it. I swear I had a glitter called Gourd. I'm going to use this candy corn one. Then I do want like a red. I guess this one will do. And then maybe a yellow. Square pants. So these are all, what the heck happened to my gorgeous one? I'm gonna lose my whole mind. Where did it run off to? Is the acorn, oh yeah. I see what you're saying. That's exactly. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So we're gonna dump that out and hope none of that glitter goes in to the other ones. Please don't fall. Stop it. I'm gonna grab a paintbrush. Most of the time I just use a silicone brush to put my glue and stuff on, but today, hi Alyssa, how you doing? But today I'm going to use the paintbrush. Feeling a little frisky. So I'm going to put that one. And I'm doing all the same color on the bottom of these. If I get a little glue on the top part, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to cry. It's a craft project. It's not supposed to be perfect. I'm going to end up trying not to go over my time. So today we started out, this is the AIC Crafter's Choice. I did talk about it at the beginning. The AIC is a wonderful group. If you are not on their community page, go join it. The nice thing about it is when they do their lineups, somebody, whoever's hosting for that time. Hi Donna, I'm from Ohio also. I don't know what part of Ohio you are from. I am on the east side of Cleveland, literally right on the lake. It is like 60, it says it's 69 degrees right now. So the AIC, they do have a community group. So if you are not following a crafter and they are next, they always share it to that group, and then you can go ahead and follow that creator. And you can follow the lineup, which is awesome because, you know, sometimes we're not following every single person right away and we don't know who's next. And if you're trying Facebook, okay, apparently this glue is drying really fast. And it does dry really fast if you put it on thin, just so you guys know. I'm going to have to put some more. So only do one at a time. It makes it nice to follow everybody in one place. So all you have to do is as soon as I'm done, you refresh your page, and then it'll show the next person who is on, which is Lollipots and Polka Dots, Teresa. She is awesome. I love her. I actually hung out with her yesterday on Zoom. Yeah, it's very rainy here today. It stormed so much. Our pool was probably a foot low because we left it low because of Evelyn. We like the fact that, you know, she could literally stand up in there and, you know, not worry about her. Our pool looks like it's about to overflow. That's how much rain we got in the last 2 days, you guys. And there was all kinds of flooding yesterday. It's crazy. Crazy. So I don't know if it's supposed to rain more today. It looks like it, for sure. And Teresa knows I get Canada's weather. That's how close to Canada I am. I get the breeze off there. It's going to be 105. Oh, I thought that was the other person that's in Ohio. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. We, up here in my part of Ohio, we have not had a really hot summer like the rest of you. Our summer was, my husband would disagree. Oh, okay. We drive past you when we go to Cedar Point all the time. We go to Cedar Point all the time. I actually was going to ask my husband this morning what days he's going to Cedar Point this week, because I'm sure he's going to go. He's on vacation. We need rain. We have got tons of rain. I didn't even get out to the garden the last 2 days, and I need to get out there today before it rains, so hopefully it doesn't rain until I am done. I need to go check on my cucumbers and stuff, because you know how it is when you have a garden, that literally one day you could check and there's nothing, and the next day you go out there and everything's as big as a small child. Yeah, I get the breeze off the igloos in Canada. That's how close I am. I'm right on the lake. Breeze off. Just making sure no more of that glitter is in there, because I don't really want brown glitter in my yellow. And I mean that in the nicest way, of course. I always joke with my friends in Canada that I get the breeze off of Canada. Look at how cute. And it'll match my can because there's a lot of like yellow and orange in there. Probably put this one right up front. I did shove some pool noodles down in here. This is a smaller can. I want to say it's like 26 ounce. It is a tomato can, Italian tomato sauce. I use that a lot when I'm cooking because I use it for soups. I use it for don't tell them about the igloos. I know. Sorry, I forgot. I use the Italian sauce for like everything. Spaghetti, chili, soups, any kind of anything, right? Anything you need tomatoes. Love it. And so that's that can. So if you're looking for a nice small can to do smash cans, that one is perfect, in my opinion. It's all because of that wonderful lady who must still be sleeping, Straight Jacket Jen, unless she popped in here and I didn't see her. Central Illinois. Well, hello. I actually grew up between Illinois and Indiana, right on the border. Actually, the garbage company was called Illiana, where I lived. I lived between Hegewisch, Midlothian, Hammond, Indiana. I lived by Gary. I'm sure everybody knows where that is or have heard of it. So that's where I grew up. I actually was born in Ohio. And then my mom's family is from Indiana and Illinois. And so we literally lived on the border and moved back and forth quite often. So I will go back and look at the comments because I'm sure I'm missing a lot. I got about 6 minutes, and we're going to get one finished project, and then we're going to finish up this can. It will be available for sale. Well, everything I make, just so you know, I know where South Bend is. My best friend is actually from Valparaiso. Yep. She lives now in Chicago, but her parents still live in Valparaiso. One of my aunts, oh my gosh, why can't I think of where she lives? It'll come to me tomorrow in the middle of the night. Don't you love that, how your brain works? Like, you can think of something, like sometimes I'm like trying to explain something. I can think of everything. Thank you guys. I can think of everything. Like, I'll be like, oh, that lady, she always wears blue and she works at this place and she does this, but then I can't think of the person's name. Why can I remember every little fact about what I'm trying to explain, but not actual thing that I need to remember? My brain is a mess. So look at how cute. I love these little, if you need the link or you, you know, can't find it, Amazon sells these little wooden mushrooms, and all I did was paint it and glitter it, and you can add them to any project. And literally, I've only used a couple, but it comes, I want to say it's like less than $10 or around $10. You get all these little mushrooms. And all I did was, thank you. All I did was drill a hole in the bottom and put it on a skewer so you can add it to any project. And if you're not putting it in something you have to stick, you can just leave it as is and glue it. So I'm going to stick this one. Nope, those are too close together. Maybe this one here. So it's not tall enough. Shoot. We'll put it right here, it's fine. And I might have to move this other one. Yeah, screw it. I don't care. Messy here, I don't care. Alright. I just want to be able to see them all from the front. So I got all my little mushrooms in there. Super fun. So most of these flowers came from either Hobby Lobby or Michaels. Michaels has their fall flowers on sale right now. They have like tons of mums. I bought every color a couple weeks ago, but yeah, right? So here's our little squirrel with his acorn, and look at how cute and super simple. I think this fabric is from Hobby Lobby. The trim is from Michaels. I already hung it up, but they are selling 25 strips of trim for $5. Amazing deal. So you can make this can, probably make it super, you could probably make 10 of them because your flowers, you're going to get a ton of flowers. I did do this, and I don't know, should I put that on the front too? Maybe. I will continue working on it if I think it needs anything else. But up after me is Teresa, Lollipots and Polka Dots. And she is super fun. I can't wait to see what she's making. As of like an hour ago, she said she didn't have any clue. So it'll be fun to find out. I gotta go make my family lunch and get going. My husband and I are trying to finish some projects around the house. You know how it goes, like you get busy and you forget to finish stuff. I kind of feel like that's where this week is going. We're just gonna finish up a bunch of stuff, you know, clean and all that stuff. And then we're making some new cookie cutters. We actually, last night we did, so the Gingy Boy and the Gingy Girl are now in 2 inches. The little elf is in 2 inches. The tree, Christmas tree is in 2 inches. There's a bunch of new 2-inch cookie cutters. I know that a lot of people keep asking me, can you make stuff in 2-inch? Because, you know, this is the size everybody wants, like small projects. And so I listened. So we did go in and redo some of the cookie cutters that we could. I mean, we can't do everything in 2 inches because unfortunately some of the cookie cutters are way too detailed and they just don't come out right when you try to do a 2-inch. So you had to be selective and, you know, go through and figure out which ones can be done in 2 inches. So we did that. So I will have a bunch of 2-inch cutters on Wednesday. I will be on at 9 a.m. Eastern for my live sale. If you are interested in anything, you do have to private message me. Hold on one second, let me grab these out of here. And yeah, so I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I am off tomorrow. I will be back on Tuesday with Crafty Friends at 11 a.m. and then Wednesday is my live sale. Thursday I should be on at 9 a.m. Friday I would be off, and I don't remember if I'm in anything on Saturday, but I will post my flyers probably Monday or Tuesday. So hold on one second. If you guys want to go on over and see Teresa, have a great day. I will talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh, and I'll post pictures of my projects. If you guys were here in the beginning, this is what we worked on at first, and then we worked on my can. Bye. Have a great day.